ಡಯಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಾದ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಡಯಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಾದ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪರಿಶೀಲಿಸಿರಿ. Dialed number does not exist.
ನಿರುಪಮಾ, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಸುದರ್ಶನ್ ಸರ್ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ದರ್ಶನ್ ಸರ್, ಸುದರ್ಶನ್ ಸರ್ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಂದು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಂಬರೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೌಂಡ್ ರೀ ಇದು ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾವತ್ತು ರಜಾ ನಿನಗೆ? ಅದೇನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಾನು ಒಂದು 24 ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ, 26 ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, 28 ಅಲ್ಲ 28 ಫುಲ್ ವೀಕ್, 26 ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಎತ್ತುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದ್ವಾರಕನಾಥ್ ಸರ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Let Sudarshan sir come. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರದ್ದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ವಾಯ್ಸ್.
ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಜಿವಿಡಿಸಲ್ ಸೈನ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
ನಿರುಪಮ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಾಕು, ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡು ನಿರುಪಮ, ನಂದಿದೆ, ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡು. ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡು, ಸಾಕು.
Okay, in the last class, we were seeing about module 2. We've done the revision of all these. Before that, Spurti is here. Spurti? Just on ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನನ್ನ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ Spurti is not here. One more class representative. Okay, so no one is responding. Relational algebra operation from set theory, which we have seen, and we have seen about binary join operations, and we have seen about division. We have recapped all these, how all these relational algebra operations were working. So then we have started with additional relational algebra operation, that is generalized projection, outer join, aggregate function. So then generalized projection extends the projection operation by allowing arithmetic functions to be used in the projection list. E is any relational algebra expression. Each of F1, F2, Fn are arithmetic expression involving constant and attributes in the schema of E. Given relation credit info, find how much more each person can spend. That is pi, customer name, limit, credit balance, credit info. Then aggregate function, that is average sum, minimum value, maximum value, sum of the value, count of a number. Then how to count? This is we want a sum of the last column, that is the C. So in this column 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus 10. So this column we are taking, this is 27. So then in the same way here in this Peridge we have 900 and 400. Then Ringtown 750 and 750. Ringwood 700. That's what is a aggregate function. So then in the same way, branch name Peridge 13, Bringtown 15, Redwood 700. That's what after calculating the sum of all this, we'll get the aggregate function. So then outer join, an extension of the join operation that avoid loss of information, computes the join and then add tuples from one relation that do not match tuples in other relation to the result of the join. Uses null value. Null signifies that value is unknown or does not exist. All comparison involve null are false by definition. We study precise meaning of a comparison with null operator. Relational join, that is loan number L170, L230, L260. That's what are relational loan. Then branch name, then amount. Then relational borrower, so that is customer name and loan number. So that's what here relational loan and a relation borrower. Then inner join, so combining both. In this case we have a L170, L230. Then left outer join, so that is what we can see, 170, 230 and 260. Then right outer join, so 170, 230, 155. So then full outer join 170, 230, 260 and 155. So then alternate ER notation, that is employee. In employee we have name, SSN, birth date, whether male or a female, address and the salary, then the department, then project, then dependent. So that's what here we see about the employee, that is dependent. So in the same way, next we move on relational database design using ER to relational mapping. Map of regular entity type, map of weak entity type, mapping of
Hello, ma'am. You have muted.
Thank you. Thank you, Murli. Yeah. So this is what a relational database design using ER to relational mapping. Alternative ER notation, that is employee, department, project, and dependency. Employee, that is a name, whether male or a female, super SSN, birth date, address, salary, then department, then project, then dependents. So that's how here the alternative ER diagram. The relational database design using ER to relational mapping. The step for algorithm for ER to relational mapping. Step 1, mapping of regular entity type. Step 2, mapping of weak entity type. Mapping of binary 1:1 relationship type. Foreign key approach, merged relation approach, cross reference or relational approach. Then mapping of binary 1 to n relationship type, mapping of binary m to n relationship type, mapping of multi-valued attributes, mapping of n-ary relationship type. So that's what here the resultant result of a mapping of the company into a relational database schema, that is employee, department, and department location. Then the project works on and dependents. This was about your second unit. So next we move on to a third unit. In the third unit, we have a SQL queries. So module 3, a structured query language, data, raw facts and figures which are useful to an organization. We cannot take decisions on the basis of data. Information, well processed data is called information. We can take a decision on the basis of information. Fields, set of characters that represent specific data element. Record, collection of fields is called a record. A record can have fields of different data types. Database, collection of logical related data along with its description is termed as a database. Tuple, a row in a relation is called as a tuple. Attribute, a column in a relation is called an attribute. It is also termed as a field or a data item. Degree, number of attributes in a relation is called degree of relation. Cardinality, number of tuples in a relation is called a cardinality of a relation. Then primary key is a key that can uniquely identify the records or tuples in a relation. This key can never be duplicated and null. Foreign key is a key that defined as a primary key in some other relation. This key is used to enforce referential integrity in RDBMS. Candidate key, set of all attributes which can serve as a primary key in the relation. Alternative key, all the candidate keys other than the primary key of a relation or alternative key of a relation. Then what is DBA? Database administrator is a person or a manager that is responsible for defining database schema, setting the security features in the database, ensuring a proper functioning of the database, etc. So then SQL, characteristics of SQL. It is very easy to learn and use. Large volume of database can be handled quite easily. It is non-procedural language. It means that we do not need to specify the procedure to accomplish a task, but just to give a command to perform the activity. SQL can be linked to most of the other high-level languages. That makes it first choice for the database programmer. The following are the processing capability of SQL. Data definition language, DDL. DDL contains commands that are used to create the tables, database, index, views, sequence, and synonyms, etc. Create table, create view, create index, and alternate table. So in data manipulation language, DML contains commands that can be used to manipulate the database object and to query the database for information retrieval. So in this case, we can see select, insert, delete and update. So view definition, DDL contains set of commands to create a view of a relation. Example, create view. Then data control language. This language is used for controlling the access to the data. The commonly used command DCL are grant and revoke. Transaction control language, TCL. TCL include commands to control the transaction in a database system. The commonly used command is TCL. or commit and rollback. Data types of SQL, just like any other programming language, the facility of defining data of various types is available in SQL. Also, following are the most data types of SQL, that is number, character, varchar, date, long, and the raw long. The number used to store a numeric value in a field or a column. It may be decimal, integer, or real value. General syntax is number n, d, where n specifies the number of digits and d specifies the number of digits to the right of the decimal point. Example, marks number 3 declares marks to be of type number with maximum value 999. Then the point number 5, 2 declares point to be of type number of 5 digits with 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. Used to store character type data in a column. General syntax is char size 5, where size represents the maximum number of characters in a column. The character type data can hold at most 255 characters. The name of the character declares a data item, name of type, character, up to 25 size long. Varchar, this data type is used to store variable length alphanumeric data. A general syntax is varchar size, varchar2, and size, where size represents the maximum number of characters in a column. The maximum allowed size in this data type is 200 characters. Address is of a type varchar up to 500 characters long. Then date data type is used to store dates in column. SQL supports the various date formats other that the standard date, month, and year. So DOB date decreases DOB to the type of date. Long, this data type is used to store variable length string up to 2 GB size, that is description long. A raw or a long raw to store binary data, that is image, pictures, animation, clips, etc. Raw or a long raw data type is used. A column long raw type can hold up to 2 GB of binary data. Image raw, that is how the image is stored. Create table or a command. Create table command is used to create a table in SQL. It is a DDL type of command. The general syntax of creating a table is create table, that is column, create table, column 1, data type, not null, unique, column constraints. Constraints are the conditions that can be enforced on the attributes of the relation. Constraints come to play when we try to insert, delete, or update records in a relation. Not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check, and default. Not null ensures that we cannot leave a column as null, that is a value has to be supplied for that column. Name varchar 25 not null. Unique constraint means that the value under that column are always unique. Roll number, and unique. Primary key constraint means that a column cannot have duplicate values and not even a null value. Roll number, primary key. A main difference between unique and primary key constraints is that a column specified as a unique may have null value, but primary key constraint does not allow null values in the column. Foreign key is used to enforce referential integrity and is declared as a primary key in some other table. Customer ID varchar2 reference master customer ID. It declares a customer ID column as a foreign key that refers to customer ID field of a table master. That means we cannot insert that value in a customer ID field whose corresponding value is not present in customer ID field of the master table. Check constraint. Constraint limits the value that can be inserted into a column of a table. Marks number 3. Check marks greater than or equal to 0. The above statement declares marks to be of type number, and while inserting or updating the value in the marks, it is ensured that its value is always greater than or equal to 0. Default constraint is used to specify a default value to a column of a table automatically. This default value will be used when a user does not enter any value for that column. Balance number default equals to 0. Create table student, roll number, number 3, primary key, name, varchar 25 not null, class varchar 10, marks number 3 check marks greater than 0, city varchar 25. Operators in SQL, the following are the commonly used operator in SQL: arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, plus, minus, star, slash are the arithmetic operator. Then relational operator equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to. Logical operator or and not. Arithmetic operator are used to perform simple arithmetic operations. Relational operators are used when two values are to be compared. Logical operator are used to connect such conditions in the where clause in the SQL. Data modification in SQL: after a table has been created using a create table command, tuples can be inserted into the table or tuples can be deleted or modified. Data modification in SQL: insert table. The simplest way to insert a tuple into your table is to use the insert statement. Insert into table, column 1, etc. values. So insert into student values 101 Rohan 400 Chennai. While inserting the record, it should be checked that the value passed are of same data type as the one which is specified for that particular column. Insert statement: for inserting a row interactively from a keyboard and operator can be used. Insert into student values, roll number, name, class, mark, city. In the above command, the value for all the columns are read from keyboard and insert into the table student. This is what the student table is. In the student table, we have roll number 1 column, name, class, marks, and city. So how many rows we have? 101 is a roll number for Sanjay, 102 Venki, 103 Ritik, 4 Kartikeya, 5 Sanjay, 13 Sandra. So, and their respective classes, their marks and their city. In the same way, queries: to retrieve information from a database, we can query the database. SQL select statement is used to select rows and columns from a database or a relation. Select command: this command can perform selection as well as projection. Selection: this capability of SQL can return you with the tuples from a relation with all the attributes. Projection: this is a capability of SQL to return only specific attributes in the relation. Select star from student. Select star from student where roll number less than or equal to 102. The above command displays only those records whose roll number less than or equal to 102. Select command can also display specific attributes from a relation. Select name class from student. The above command displays only name and class attributes from the student. A select command: select count as total number of records from the student. Display the total number of records with the title as total number of records, that is an alias. We can also use arithmetic operator in select statement like select roll number, name, marks from student. Select name, comma, marks divided by 500 into 100 from student where roll number greater than 103. Eliminating duplicate or redundant data. Distinct keyword is used to restrict the duplicate rows from the result of a select statement. Select distinct name from student. The above command returns names so many in case if there is a repeated, then these will be removed. That is eliminating duplicate and redundant data. Condition based on a range. SQL provides a between operator that defines a range of values that the column value must fall for the condition to become true. Select the roll number, name from the student where roll number between 100 and 103. The above command displays roll number and name of those student whose roll number lies in the range 100 to 103. Both 100 and 103 are included in the range. Conditions based on a list. To specify a list of values, in operator is used. This operator select values that matches any values in the given list. Select star from student where city in Bangalore or Delhi or Chennai. The above command displays all those records whose city is either Bangalore or Delhi or Chennai. SQL provides two wildcard characters that are used while comparing the strings with like operator. Percent matches any string, underscore matches any one character. Select roll number, name, city from student, where roll number like percent displays those records where last digit of roll number is 3 and may have any number of characters in the print. Condition based on pattern, select roll number, name, city from student, where roll number like 1 underscore 3 displays those records whose roll number starts with 1 and second letter may be any letter but ends with the digit 3. Order by clause is used to display the result of a query in a specific order, sorted order. The sorting can be done in ascending or in descending order. It should be kept in mind that the actual data in the database is not sorted, but only the result of the query are displayed in the sorted order. Select name, city from student, ordered by name. The above query returns name and the city column of the table. Students sorted by name in increasing or decreasing order. Ordered by class, select star from student, ordered by city, descending. It displays all the records of a table student ordered by city in descending order. If order is not specifies that by default, the sorting will be performed in ascending order. Group by clause can be used in a select statement to collect data across multiple records and group the result by one or more columns. The syntax for the group by clause is select column 1, 2, etc. and aggregate function, the expression from tables where conditions group by so many columns. Group by clause, aggregate function can be a function such as sum, count, max, min, average, etc. Select name, count star as number of employees from student where marks greater than 350, group by city. Having clause, the having clause is used to combination with the group by clause. It can be used in a select statement to filter the record that a group by returns. The syntax for having clause is select column 1, 2, etc. to n, aggregate function expression from tables where predicate group by column 1 to n, having condition 1 and 1 to n. Select sum, marks as total marks, department number from student, group by department number, having sum, marks greater than 1000. Select statement can contain only those attributes which are already present in the group by clause. Functions available in SQL. SQL provide large collection of inbuilt functions, also called library functions, that can be used directly in the SQL statement. That is mathematical function, string function, date, and a time. Mathematical functions, some of the commonly used mathematical functions are sum, average, count, minimum, maximum, etc. Select sum, marks from student, display the sum of all the marks in the table student. Select minimum roll number, maximum marks from student, display smallest roll number and highest marks in the table student. String function, these functions are used to deal with the string type values like ASCII, lower, upper, length, left, right, trim, left trim, right trim. So returns the ASCII code value of a character, that is ASCII character. ASCII of A returns 97, ASCII of A returns 65, ASCII of 1 returns 49, ASCII of ABC returns 65. For upper character A to Z, ASCII value 65 to 90. For lower character A to Z, ASCII value 97 to 122. For digit 0 to 9, ASCII value 48 to 57. String function for upper character A to Z, ASCII value 65 to 90. For lower character A to Z, ASCII values 97 to 122. For digit 0 to 9, ASCII values 48 to 57. If no table name is specified in this SQL, uses dual table, which is a dummy table used for performing the operation. Functions available in SQL: string function, lower, convert character string data into lowercase. So lower string, select lower and the string function. Upper, convert character string data into uppercase. So upper and a string. Returns the length of the character string, that is length string, select length string, then return 5. Replace all occurrence of the second string in the first string with a third in the string. Replace string 1, 2, 3. Replace string 5, string or SQL. Returns SQL function, returns null if any one of the argument is null. String function left returns left part of a string with a specified number of characters counting from left. Function is used to retrieve portion of the string. Syntax: left string comma integer. Select left string function 6 return string. Right returns right part of a string with a specified number of characters counting from right. Right function is used to retrieve portion of the string. Right string comma integer, select right string function comma 8, then return function. Left trim returns a string after removing leading blank on the left side. Syntax: left trim string, select left trim string function, return string function. Right trim returns a string after removing leading blank on right side. Syntax: R trim string, select string function. Reverse returns reverse of an input string, that is reverse. Select reverse, it will be reversing the string. Replicate repeats a input string of a for a specified number of times. Syntax: replicate string comma integer. Select replicate function comma 3, returns function 3 times, it will be repeating. I will stop here. We'll continue in the next class. Answer your attendance. Asta,
Present, ma'am.
Abhinav, Aishwarya, Amrish, Anu,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Amru is present, ma'am.
Arbaz, Arjun,
Ma'am, Amrish.
Akidinappa, Ashok,
Present, ma'am.
Benita,
Present, ma'am.
Bhargavi, Bhavishya,
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra,
Present, ma'am.
Tebmalai,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha MS,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika LG,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika MB,
Present, ma'am.
Murli Krishna,
Present, ma'am.
Gangubai,
Present, ma'am.
Gujiya, Harshit,
Present,
Junjar,
ma'am.
Junjar, Kavya,
Present,
Kishore,
ma'am.
Kishore, Lata, Manisha,
Present, ma'am.
Manjunath, Nayana,
Present, ma'am.
Niranjan,
Yes, ma'am.
Nishant, Pavitra,
Present, ma'am.
Maithili,
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Pavan,
Present, ma'am.
Akash,
Present, ma'am.
Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Rakesh,
Present, ma'am.
Ramya,
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi,
Ma'am,
Ravi,
present, ma'am. Present, ma'am. Rashmi.
Ravi,
Ma'am, Rashmi present.
Mark Rashmi,
Yes, ma'am.
Rizwan,
Present, ma'am.
Vishal,
ma'am.
Savita,
Yes, ma'am.
Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Sneha,
Yes, ma'am.
Spurti, Srinidhi, Srinivas,
Present, ma'am.
Sunil,
Present, ma'am.
Vaishnavi, Vinny,
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, Aishwarya present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Abhinav present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Gudiya present, ma'am.
you people will not answer when I have called you. You will answer when you are ready, right?
Ma'am, my network issue, that's why.
I'm Lata, present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Abhinav present, ma'am.
Abhinav, Asta, both of you have
Yes.
not given any programs, execution of the programs. You have not showed
Ma'am,
even, you showed only
ma'am, I
two,
showed
Abhinav.
you.
You
Ma'am,
showed only 3.
yes, ma'am.
Another 2 plus presentation you have people have not done. And one more thing, I have shared the presentations with you people. From tomorrow you should start presenting the presentations. Yes, you can check. I have sent you.
Okay, ma'am.
Everyone, not only you, everyone has to check. I have sent you, and from tomorrow you should start presenting the programs.